want us to be. That's who they want us to be. Indeed, they want us to be stupid. They want us to feel stupid, but you know what? Never ever. We will never feel stupid. We'll never be stupid. So I'd love to say welcome back, folks. Welcome to the talking point. Tonight we are not able to give you some of the updates because of we came up little bit late due to some technical issues. But it is good that we are back on your radio. Yeah, from last night, we are back on the talking point tonight. So, like I said, today we are going to be in conversation with two distinct young men, and we're going to be talking about some issues surrounding the Kukatonon Intellectual Forum as well as those issues that matters to Liberia. Yes. So we're going to be discussing some intellectual activities, what the organization, what they are doing, all of those things. We're going to be discussing about it. So let me go to my guests. So they themselves will introduce themselves, right? You know, when Jesus talking about I'm not able to loosen his sandals, was it Jesus? No, it was John the Baptist who said that. So I'm not able to introduce them. They themselves will introduce themselves. So let me start with the Secretary General elect. Yeah. Good evening. Welcome to the Talking Point.
Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure being in your cozy studio. And let me just say thanks to the management here for the cool work you guys are doing. And also admire your biblical, skills or knowledge concerning Johnny Baptist and all of that. It means that you're a young man who does research not just in news and all of that, but also in things that matter to the spirit. So thank you.
Okay. So yeah, but you did not tell the Liberian people which institution you are representing.
So my name is Andrew Wheeler Jr. I'm the secretary, as like you put it rightly, I'm the Secretary General elect of Hukatono. In time to come on the show, we want to give you more details about the institution, but I'm the Secretary General elect. I live Police Academy. I'm an advocate who's been in the business for over a decade now, passionately speaking to issues without fear or favor. So it's a pleasure being on your studio, in your studio, and on your show.
Okay, so let me turn to the boss man, who is the president elect, and then he's introduce himself. Welcome to the talking point.
Thank you very much. It's actually a pleasure being here for the first time. I want to thank you, uh, the management here. Thank you for the great work. As a matter of fact, being in District Number 6 is a blessing to the people of District Number 6. My name is John K. Dodo. I am normally called Tacos Teeth. I'm the Secretary General and Chairman elect of Pugaton, Liberia. So we are here today to basically talk about our pending induction ceremony that's slated for sometime this month, and as well as touch on other training national issues that borders on the country, Liberia, as well as the well-being of our people across the motherland. So thank you.
Okay, so yeah, thanks as well. Thanks for making it your duty to be here tonight on the talking point. And I'd love to say, feel free to also discuss those issues that matters to your institution and to Liberia in general. So let me firstly begin with the president elect. Uh, just tell our people a little bit about the Kukatonon, probably where they are situated. Yeah, a little background.
So I'm the chairman elect, not president.
Okay, Chairman, I'm
So
sorry.
thank you. So Kukaton Liberia is a civil society organization founded in October of 2010. So I've been around for little 15 years now. And as a civil society organization, we're founded on the basis and the principle of championing the cause for the people, standing in defense of the masses, as well as creating a platform where the voices of other people can be heard, and also finding a means to get our people involved in whatever way possible, whether it's through learning skills, through intellectual activities, through community-based services, as well as other issues that affect the livelihood of our people. So for the past 15 years, we have championed the cause of democratic and adherence to the rule of law. That on the basis of that, our institutions have survived. And one of the cardinal principles of our institution is to always identify our members in terms of happiness as well as in terms of catastrophe. So those ideals and principles have guided our tendency for the last 15 years, and several other leaders who have come before us. Let me salute our founding father and chairman, Chairman Mustafa D. Kaba. He is the founding father and chairman, followed by two other chairmen, Chairman Emeritus, Wacom Dunkins, and of course the man whose shoes will currently be stepping in very soon, Chairman Y. Rufus Olavo, who is currently chairman of Coca-Cola Liberia, or who have served uh, consecutively two terms since 2020. And up to current, he still serving as chairman, and he will be giving way for us to step in their shoes.
Okay. So how long have you been with the institution?
I'm a founding member of the institution by far. I served as the first financial clerk of Coca-Cola Liberia in 2010. So we led several initiatives ranging from our work with the National Election Commissions on the civic voter education, where we organized several peace tournaments on Voter Future campaign. We also work with other agencies, the LTA, ensuring that the outreach programs, the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Development, we have been engaged with other social and economic issues. We have been engaged with other uh, serial minded protests against uh, some different happenings within our country. For example, quite recently, a year or two ago, we led a mass protest against the QNet company. I know you will be thinking about QNet. It's a scam company who came to Labrador and have been duping our people, and we went to court. So we have been seriously engaged with several national issues across the country.
Okay. So let me go to the Secretary General elect, Andrew J. Wheeler Jr. Uh, how long have you been with the institution?
So I'll just draw a leaf or two and take the end statement of the chairman elect.
Is it possible you draw the microphone much closer to? Yeah, you can lift it up.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I just want to start from where the chairman elect ended. I've been around Coca-Cola for a little over 5 years.
Just leave the button. Just leave it. Good. Yeah.
All right, so I've been around Coca-Cola for a little over 5 years. So, firstly, because Sukatone is an institution that lives with other institutions and young people are always open and welcome. I've been seeing doing Sukatone around 2018 when I used to visit the chairman elect, and I saw the level of uniqueness, and it was some of the one of the things we learned, and we established an intellectual forum in police academy or somewhere around the NSA road because of we saw what Sukatone was doing, and then we took that same idea to police academy. But the truth is, Kuatone is unique, and I've been going around. But it was this day that I got the information that about this company that he just talked about, QNet, and then I felt that yes, I'm now a member. Why is you now a member of Kuatone, but I can collaborate and raise our voices so that it can keep scheming our people, taking away people hard earned money. Because our country is very gullible. So I joined that protest, and it was a mass protest. We were chasing around here. Our lives were all in danger. But then after that protest, and I felt that there's a place I'm supposed to I need to be. And it was then I officially pledged my membership in 2020. I became a member of Kuka Tuna, and we've been all of advocacy. We've been quite recently. There was a time one Jerry Colley, he was trying to malign the character of the veteran, the National Bureau of Veteran Affairs, and we went with our own independent investigation, and we carry on our advocacy. And Jerry Colley today is in obscurity from the the National Bureau of Veteran Affairs. So those are things that we're doing in past times. And so I can say that I joined Hukaton in 2020 officially, and ever since I've been active with the leadership and other activities of the institution.
Okay, I don't know that. I need to set that mark. Yes, I need to. Just, is it possible just leave your, it should not rest on the table. It can lift
This
up.
thing,
Yeah,
this
it can
thing.
lift up. Yeah. Lift it all the way in the air. You have to screw it. Yeah. Lift it, then you bring it back down a little bit. Okay. I think it's better than that. Good.
Okay, is it okay?
Okay, I think it's okay. Yeah, so let me remain with you. Uh you talk about you've been you joined the institution 2018, and prior to you joining, your first struggle with the institution was against QNet.
Yeah.
uh, Aside from that particular struggle, what other struggle have you been in with the institution?
So I earlier mentioned the fracas that were going on at the National Bureau of Veteran Affairs, where individual one Jusufu Fofana who are portraying himself as uh, uh, uh,
Captain Jerry.
Captain Jerry Colley. And
Okay.
then we let our advocates say it was not easy. Imagine going against military people. But we realized that because I know that QNet Kugatona stands for advocacy, truth, facts, not rumors. We dug all the facts, and then we carry on our advocacy. And Jerry Cody left the Bureau of Veteran Affairs alone, and those people, those leaders, the leadership were able to carry on the work. They were able to, incorporate those real veterans, EFL people on the payroll instead of Jerry calling his political party that he was using against the National Bureau of Veteran Affairs. More to that, Cookaton has been having other initiative, fundraising rally. We have been having some speaking engagements. There was a time we invited one institution that came to talk about our health and all of that. So there are a lot of intellectual discourses that we have attended and we have participated in couple with other or developmental initiatives.
Okay. So let me go to the chairman elect because he has spent uh, some time with the institution. Let's look at how your institution recruits people. How do you recruit people?
Well, our institution is not a church. It's not a paramilitary organization. A revolutionary movement. So everywhere we go, one who speak and we pass on truth and stand for a cause. Those who are agitated, those who believe in the truth, are definitely inspired and they join the struggle. Our headquarters are always open. And you are vulnerable, you feel dejected, you feel rejected by the society. You are welcome to join us. We are there to provide support, the psychological support, the leadership support, pieces of advice, mentorship. So we provide all that for those who want to join us. So it's just a simple matter of just coming and say, "Oh, I want to be a member of Kukaton Liberia." They will train you through the membership formation, and then subsequently we induct you as a member of Kukaton Liberia. So we don't have a format that you have to pass through the Great Wall of China before becoming a member of Kukaton Liberia.
So do anyone just join? Anybody can just join the institution?
It's open to all, regardless of sex, creed, race, religion, everything. It's open to all.
What's about
All.
age?
There's no age range. From 3 years old upward, you can become a member of Kukaton Liberia. As early as 3 years old, you can become a member of Kukaton
Now
Liberia.
you are the current secretary general of the
Exactly.
institution. So
Exactly.
how many members does the institution have?
We have over 1,000 members. So our membership span across in different categories. We are honorary members. For example, Edwin Snow, Senator, is an honorary member. I won't go on and name all the honorary members for certain reasons. Even the lawmaker of district number 6 is an honorary member. The lawmaker of district number 4 is an honorary member. The lawmaker of district number 5 is an honorary member. And hosts of other national leaders are all honorary members of our institution. So we have that category. We also have the category of affiliate members. and we have the category of veteran, the veteran bureau. You see, most of our past leaders will mention like our founding father is a veteran. In fact, this year program will be executed by veterans. So it will all be veterans affair. The veterans will be inducting us, they'll be speaking to us, and they'll be motivating us as we prepare to step in their shoes. So our membership is not based on the basis of numerical strength. It's
Okay.
on the basis of how do we inspire, how do we impart, how do we help one another. So it's not on the basis of, I mean, the size of the membership or the capacity to do well, the ability to change the story, to change the narrative, to speak the facts, and also ensure that we educate our people so that they can understand. So, like you said, there's so many things we have been involved with through the Ebola crisis, the COVID-19, and other community-based initiatives. For example, leadership crisis in various communities. We have been able to reach out to settle some of the problems. For example, the Joba community. For example, we have led a struggle to see the entire GSA role. The current chairman who had done led a formation to ensure that the chairman was elected. So other community, the Kawa Mission community, King Gray, we have been involved with almost all the communities that have some issues. So we are cut across.
Okay. So let's look at the issue. Then let me ask the secretary elect, general elect. You being the secretary general elect of the institution, what are some of those things you are coming with? What different are you bringing to the institution as a secretary general elect? Before I go to the president.
Yeah, so I don't want to say that I have a better idea than the current Secretary General. To say that, to do that was like saying that Jesus Christ never came to the world, which is not true. He actually came. But I have other ideas, right? And part of this idea is to help to strengthen the Secretariat.
Okay.
So the chairman elect, who's now the secretary, outlined most of these things that Kuka Tono have done. But some of the things have not, for the membership database is very okay. But some of these initiatives that Kuka Tono has undertaken are not documented. So part of the work that, or part of the new ideas that we want to bring on board, wherever we carry on an initiative, we want to document it, put it in the cloud. So, for example, let's say Kuka Tono carry on an advocacy, and that advocacy yield a result and changes take place. We want to earmark tangibles, come up with a report, take that report and make it understandable clearly to the simple man, because some of our members are not literate like some of us. We want to make them understand. We put it in the local, vernacular, or the simple like bring pigeon so that people can understand. But the most important thing we are bringing documentation to the, to the struggle. So when we carry on a program, we want to document, we want to write a report so it can be stored in our archive for future reference. So that when a new generation of Kuka Tono members shall have been given birth to, they will look at this. They will not just hear what we are doing in the air, but they will be able to have tangible, will be able to have put their hands on documentation of what Kuka Tono has brought. Has done. So these are things that we now coming on floor. We are going to bring to the floor. Couple with a lot of things. Couple with expanding the database. Couple with making the database to be so that we can build our diaspora. Because we have some of our members in the diaspora. Right? We want to have a set. We want to create a database that people can be in the diaspora and join the Kuka Tono. Also, we want to create a way that we can be able to raise funding support from the diaspora, even in like brother, you can stay in Broadville, you send your support to Kuka Tono, and then Kuka Tono be able to document those supports that you are bringing to the that you as a member have given. So these are things that we want to bring to the floor, and that it was based upon that for which we are elected. And one thing that we know about ourselves, we will have to stay true to our words, and we're going to make sure that whatever we have said, that people believe in us to support us. We are going to do those things, and these are things that I'm earmarking on this public radio.
Yeah. Before I go to the chairman, how was the election done? Was it maybe based on a party or everyone were elected individually?
So we had a movement.
Okay.
So for example, I openly expressed my desire to run for Secretary General, and then I later on heard that the chairman elect wanted to run, and then other people wanted to run. So we came together as a group.
Okay, as a group.
Yeah, and then we went on one. It's not like a ticket, but just on one movement, so that we can be able, because we had like ideas.
So how many votes did you win with?
So it was a white ballot. Not that not that other people were afraid, but people saw our Kukaton is now a commotion institution, and they one of the reason I found Kukaton as a family. And let me just say something quickly on the queue. One of the reasons for which I chose to join Kukaton was because it was the first time in my life to see a protest not back, but not having any political undertone. Yeah, we have attended a lot of national protest in the country. We know what can happen. But on this day, imagine we are wearing our own red t-shirt. We come with our own political green putting our nose so that they can't be afraid of tear gas. Because, so I say that to say that now we don't have political striving cookathon. So we provided our platform to the people, to the membership. People saw it. So that gave Commonwealth a chance to run. So it was like a web battle. But now that other people never expressed interest to run.
Okay. So, Mr. Chairman, did you win on web ballot as well? How was it?
Uh, I think the SG elect have said it all. Our movement was birthed on the basis of uh, one cardinal mantra we ran with was on the issue of revitalization. People look at our standing records for the last 15 years within the institution. People believe that if we raise our hand, there'll be no need that they go against us. So not necessarily on the basis that we are more better than any other person, but they just believe that working with us will be something. So we were prepared to go to elections. We went through all the formalities. We did our registration. We did everything. There were other people who expressed their interest, but at the time the names were published, other people had to withdraw and allow us to win on web ballot for the fact that we raised our hand. So it was
Okay.
women vote or
Yeah,
women support.
you were supported or women there.
Yes.
Now let's look at your vision as the chairman elect. Before you tell us your vision, how long will you be into the position?
It's only 2 years.
Okay,
After
2 years.
every 2 years, you go for elections.
Okay, so let's look at your vision for the institution for the next 2 years.
So we run we work down there as a team, and our team had a vision of Kugaton 2025 and beyond on the issue of revitalization. So our entire payroll will be on revitalizing the institution. Not that those who serve before us are not better, but as the world changing, as time are changing, there'll be new inventions, there'll be new approaches. So those are the new approaches we want to take in terms of revitalizing the institution to continue to keep engaging in different methodology of advocacy. So our approach in this term for the next 2 years will be strictly revolutionary, and will be based on revitalization in terms of being vigorous in our approaches and moved as we engage the service to our people.
Now you talk about your movement will be revolutionary. Uh, someone believe that when something is happening somewhere, maybe the first step you should carry on some level of negotiation. If it doesn't work, maybe you can use the revolutionary method. But you're just talking about your mentor is revolutionary. So some will be afraid that any small thing, maybe the Kukatono will definitely come there with some kind of protest and nothing.
Our issue, we when we launched the protest against QNet, we held several meetings at different centers. In fact, right here where your studio is, there's a mini wall for it. There's a fence here. We brought one protest because the QNet had their bases are everywhere. They do not put sound bowl up. And they have those the compounds that they're rented. They got people coming in, people paying money to them, 850 US over the counter, while giving them general receipt in the need that they will give them product, they will give them scholarship, they'll pay them 225 US every month. So when we engaged those various areas and then we saw that they were being adamant, we launched the protest. We saw us being attacked by police. We saw us being chased. In fact, I was arrested. I was arrested and sued for $1 million damages during the protest. I was arrested. detained for over 8 hours at the Zone 5 police station for damages of $1 million, according to one of the properties owners where they hosted QNet in the Dupo Road around the graveyard. So after that process, we embarked on the legal means. So we took our matter to the city court of Memorial City Court. So to tell you that we're not just on the issue of protest, no, we have various means. For example, the elections at Cabo Mission, there was heated election in Cabo Mission in 2020 thereabout. And that election became so heated that we had to move in with negotiation. We sat down on the table with the lawmaker, including the District Development Council chair and other aggrieved political parties with their issues. So our approaches are not necessary. We won't say revolution is the entire process, but we believe in diplomacy. But when diplomacy fails, then we use the revolutionary approach.
Now, okay. So let me remain with you. Uh, what is your relationship with? I'm talking about your relationship. I'm talking about the institution, right? Relationship with those lawmakers, especially situated in Painesville.
In all honesty, I can tell you that we have a very cordial relationship, but our relationship does not bind us from speaking. It does not bind us from engaging. It does not bind us from advocating for the things that matter when any of our leaders should go against the norms and tenets of democracy, because our entire institution is on the basis of ensuring that the state, the leaders, and people adhere to democratic tenets. So on the basis of that, we uphold those values and principles, and those are our guiding principles. But I can tell you, Honorable Samuel Enos is a very good friend. He's a very good friend to the leadership. In fact, he's an honorary member of our institution. Honorable Michael M. Thomas is a very distinguished member of our institution. Honorable Priscilla Cooper from District Number 5, very, very, very much good and welcoming in terms of their approach to the institution. So I can tell you we have cordial relationship with all of the lawmakers and those in our surrounding.
Okay, has the institution advocated for anything against any of those lawmakers at any time?
Yes, at different front. For example, quite recently during the fight against the quote unquote removal of a speaker, J. Funati Kofa, our
Okay.
institution partnered with the CRD4, that is the Conscious Intellectual District Number 4, and we also partnered with the intellectual class of Pinsio, and we had a conglomerate of members and men that led a revolution to call on our lawmakers to adhere to the democratic process, especially when it comes to the proper way and procedure of removing a speaker. So we engaged and we spoke loudly. We held press conferences. We engaged. We're at the Capitol against Honorable Thomas, against Honorable Priscilla Cooper at the time. 2020, there was a situation like I told you in the Cow Mission community. We moved in the Cow Mission community. Kuatono moved there. We ensured that election was held. We ensured that people's participation were guaranteed in keeping with the law. We engaged the office of the representative on Samuel Ennis. So we have been engaging.
Now, let me stay with you some more on this one, right? Engaging those lawmakers, especially let's come to the issue of the impasse at the lower house. You engage those lawmakers. For instance, the district number 4 lawmaker, and he remained bent that your engagement it proved nothing because he remained bent. He remained with the majority against what you were pushing for as an institution. What next did you do?
Well, you see, I tell you one thing. We we argue that the procedure was wrong.
Okay.
The Supreme Court of this nation vindicated us. They stood by our action that indeed the procedure to remove the speaker, then Speaker Funati Kofa, was wrong. So we are vindicated. It's up to them. History will judge us. We're now walking to history. The very thing that they said will not be done. We saw an election be held. uh, uh, Honorable Richard Nangwekun, who said he was a speaker, he then contested again for speakership. So that just show you that everything they did was not in line with the constitutional mandate, in keeping with the electoral processes, or the removal of the speaker.
So,
So the action of Honorable Thomas uh, is a historical question, and the people will make that determination come 2029.
okay, so that thereby, Kukatonon, they advocated, they called on him, he refused, and he did nothing. Let me go to the Secretary General elect. Do you people have any disciplinary measures in your institution? If, for instance, a member is doing something that the institution say, this you are wrong, you need to be checkmated on this, you need to come back, and the parent say no, can you discipline them in any way?
Okay, so let me just answer by responding to your parting comment from the SG
Okay.
when you said Kukatono advocated and we did nothing. The Kukatono, we can't force people to have a certain opinion,
Okay.
right? You right, you have your right to your opinion. But again, we as an institution will have a right to our own decision that we make.
Okay.
And so we can, for example, I say I don't want to eat bread, and then Kuka don't come and say, what we do here, we eat rice. And then I say, me, I will eat bread. Then Kuka will suspend Andrew because he want to eat because he ate bread. So we don't do that, right? Why is true that Honorable Thomas is an honorary member, but the fact that the institution will stand for the truth, the fact, and like the chairman said, we were vindicated. If the Supreme Court come out and say, oh, the people are right, then maybe who are issue an apology statement that, oh, we're wrong in our advocacy. So we're not discipline or punish somebody because you have a diverse opinion. But we as an institution, we stick by what our tenets or what we believe in. Coming to disciplining members, for example, we have rules. We have the sergeant at arm. We have the chair of the disco or intellectual discourse. So you cannot go to Kukatono when we're having our intellectual discourse and go you misbehave. Obviously, you have to be suspended for a reason. And though we give you reasons before we can suspend you, you
Okay.
cannot come to our place and use our intellectual forum to rim or infect some people. That one will never agree to that. But again, we cannot change, we cannot impose our opinion in that way. Then there is no more democracy. It's like somebody telling me say I should not support the other person. So individually, member of Korea can choose to support whoever they want to support politically, whoever idea they stand for, they can choose to support that idea. But what we're saying as an institution, we'll come together and we'll make a decision. And that decision is based on mountain of research and tons of fact finding before we can come up with a position statement. So like the institution, I mean like the situation with QNet, and when I was just walk out with somebody like come and say, oh, QNet, yeah, money will jump out. No, 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 no. It was several research or investigation that were done by the leadership then that realized that brought out to the fact that QNet is actually scamming people. And we saw that government today, QNet, they don't operate in our shoes. If they are operating, they are operating under shadow.
Now, you talk about democracy, right? You are an institution that promotes democracy,
Yeah.
uh, and democracy calls for the rule of law. So, you have a member, and quote unquote, the member is violating the organic law, right? Violating the organic law, and you, as an institution, you call this particular person to order to obey the organic law, which of course you support because democracy support that. And you went on to say, it is the person right to do whatever they want to do. Do you think you were fair as an institution that promotes democracy? Do you think you were fair to democracy itself?
So they that a yes or no answer. So maybe I need to rephrase the way I need to rephrase the way that I presented it to you, and the chairman elect will even expand on it. What we're saying is people have their right to do whatever they want to do in the confines of the law, in their own scope of operation, right? But when you come to Kuka Tono, where we have things that we ourselves believe in, So I gave you an example earlier. I said you cannot come to a or having an official discourse or at a program. You can't disturb. That way we can take action because in that way we get control over that. But somebody saying on the Capitol building, why you is a member we spoke against it, he went against. But what will we do? Can we go and suspend him from a legislative duty? The answer is no. Well, again, like we said, our position statement, we come up with a position statement and we were vindicated by the Supreme Court.
Don't you think the Kugadon could suspend him from the institution?
So it can be it's not a unilateral decision of somebody will just come out and say, okay, because the leadership come out and say, oh, we'll suspend it because the president agreed to it. So like I said, I've been around the institution like 5 years now. So
Okay.
there are some situations you have to do you have to you have to probe before you can come up with certain decisions. So in that way, I think I'm a little bit limited to such an information like when somebody have a different opinion and how it contradicts what Kuka do not believe in. So maybe the chairperson, I mean the chair elect
Yeah,
really
let the
could
chair elect. Probably he have maybe he
Okay,
want to
so
add on to it.
let me just put the hammer on the
Okay.
nail. You see, the all lawmakers, they are privileged and they are immune to their right to what they do at the legislature, especially in the chambers. Nobody can question them. Even they can stay in the chamber and say anything they want to say. They cannot be held liable for that.
Good. In it.
Yes,
Yeah,
in the
good.
chambers.
Yeah.
Any kind of vote they take there, any kind of decision they take there, they have to be liable. So Thomas have argued that he are working on the basis of his right, like constitutional right to vote for or against anybody.
No, I don't think the argument was
No,
for vote. The
no, I'm
argument
saying
was he was proceeding against the organic law
I
of
agree
the
with you.
land.
I agree with you. I'm saying that they were proceeding against the organic law in terms of the procedural removal,
Yeah.
right? But then he was arguing say it is his right on every decision you take in the legislature, whether it is negative or positive, any decision you take there, it is his right.
Okay.
So to for us to be protecting democracy and tenants, and I see that trying to put a spin around somebody's personal right or opinion on a particular matter, especially within the chambers, is a whole thing. That is why the matter had to proceed to court and the court vindicated because we saw it from the tail angle who said that their action was not in keeping with the procedures there.
Okay. So let me ask you this question, Mr. Chairman Elect. Uh, in case any of your member is found guilty for maybe corruption in government, will the institution take an action?
Definitely, as a matter of fact, we have a grievance ethics committee.
Okay.
So most of the time when people are accused, people are involved with actions inimical to the forward march of our institution, they are forwarded to a grievance ethics committee. A committee investigate and proceed with their findings to the executive committee. Executive committee vote upon it and decision are taken and decision become binding. So most of the time, sometimes our actions, we don't want to make our actions seem political for the fact that we're agitating against this person and the person kept saying that they want to do this, then in the end we just come out and try to do a knee-jerk decision that what we saw in the capital when people did not want to listen. They started bossing people do, bossing lawmakers do, breaking this and doing that and using force. It kind of two-way street in terms of application and adherence. So where we are caught in the middle is to ensure that we adhere. So they've given others community who have done always play that role when there's a formal complaint filed. So I can kind of say I accuse you, then I see now I can't investigate you, especially at the time we are in the leadership to say we accuse you of corruption. I see now I want to investigate you. Will definitely find you guilty. Nobody else, because I am accusing you of stealing. Then I'm the same person investigating you. So on the other hand, we just want to ensure that transparency and accountability are very key in our decision making processes at Kuwait on our bill. That is why all of the decisions we take, we don't normally take it on the basis of anger, on the basis of rumors, because we believe in facts. So sometimes anybody can accuse you, but those facts must be adjudicated and it must be rescinded. It must be beyond all reasonable doubts. Then decisions are taken by The given ethic committees forwarded to the executive committee review it and come out with a findings.
Okay.
Sometimes there are different punishment we do. Sometimes there are harsher punishment. Sometimes there are minor punishments and so far, because our role is to continue to correct people despite we want everybody in the society to be better. Sometimes
Okay.
people make mistakes, so sometimes we will give you pardon, but
Okay. Yeah, but
we caution.
Mr. Chairman elect, I'm trying to really understand if someone is found guilty of corruption, you punishing them, especially in the court of competent jurisdiction, for you punishing them, and someone violating the laws of the land, where the Supreme Court, the higher court in the land, say, oh yes, this person violating the law, but Kukatonon said the person have that right. How can you really compare that?
To just oppose it too is this way. Let me put it this way: somebody fall in corruption and
Yeah,
have been adjudged
by the
guilty
court. Yeah,
at the court,
yeah,
adjudged guilty, and then this very same person is a member of Kugatono,
yeah,
and then whether Kugatono will take decision on that person, right?
yeah. That's the question I asked
Okay,
you.
for example, under our law, under our constitution, the constitution of Kuwait, we have the right to be sued and we have the right to and to sue, right? We have
Okay.
the right to be sued and we have the right to sue. So and we have strict adherence to the organic law of Liberia, because our institution is under the law of Liberia. So there are provisions within our constitution that call for matters of criminal nature are squarely now within the power of court to investigate. We allow the court to investigate and we take punishment measures. But I know you want to come back to our honorary member, whether we took a decision because he voted against he voted for the removal of the
No,
death.
not the voter for the removal, but he violated the constitution of Liberia.
I agree with you that that is the point I'm coming. So you want to answer whether we took a decision to
Yes.
punish him. I tell you this: we did not reach a decision
Okay.
on the closure of that particular matter, because that matter was political, it was legal. The political matter, they want a political side. The legal matter, we want a legal side. So we we allow a sleeping dog to lie because uh Speaker Kofa decided to resign. If he has stood the ground, we who are pursue further action. For the father of Speaker Kofa decided to resign, honorably resign. We felt that there was no need for her to go further, because what we're agitating for, if Speaker Kofa has stood the ground and maintained that he stays Speaker, then on the contrary, we are done otherwise. But for the father, Speaker Kofa decided to resign, so we pardon
Okay.
our honorary member.
Okay, let's try to leave that particular area. Let's try to leave that particular area because I'm finding it really difficult to really get that. I must admit I'm finding it difficult. Probably maybe it seems they are honorary members, but I want to see ordinary person going in such way and see what the institution will do. But let's look at your program, right? The issue has to do with the induction of the new leadership. When will be the program and where?
So the induction is slated for Sunday, the 20th of this month.
Okay.
And it'll be our national headquarters in Pinsway, Joba, just near Joba Market, or you can see not far from the Chomoti Motel. And it's going to be by 3 p.m., wherein we're going to see the outgoing chairman Rufus Olavo, will be turning over the Gabo authority to the incoming leadership, where we'll be administering oath. So we're invited several veterans, and we are invited honorary members, and we are invited other institutions, and the SG will lay out the names and organizations who are invited to grace the occasion. But there's an open call, open invitation to all residents of District Number 6, Liberia, our friends near and far. You are welcome to join us in this historic fourth democratic induction ceremony. It's gonna be a moment of reflection. It's gonna be a moment of solidarity. It's gonna be a movement of triumph, wherein we'll be stepping into a new shoes and then leading the institution for the next 2 years. We'll be looking forward to the support of our members, diaspora honorary members, the local members within our community, and the entire resident of Kingsville.
Okay, so let me go to the Secretary General elect. Let's look at some of those people that you invited for the program, especially those special guests.
So we have a very long list.
Okay,
We got a very long list.
that's why I said some of them.
Yeah, so we're gonna be so. I beg to not be held captive. If your name is not mentioned, but obviously your letter is on the way. We have dispatched letters. We still dispatching letters, but we have the chairman of the RCP, Chairman Alex KONAH. He's invited. We have invited the chairman of the Massive Intellectual Forum that's located in SD Cooper Road. We invited the CRD4 of Tupo Road, Pinsville, Rose P. Bally, the cheerleader of the Queen of CFI in Juba. We had invited the chairman of GSO Community Association, Honorable Priscilla Cooper, Honorable Marcus Thomas, who has been taking a lot of our time in the discussion. We have invited Juneto L. Morris, the chairman, and the chairman of PASA, the Tagos Team Mentorship Hub, the Brethren group from Police Academy, and obviously all of our funding, our past leader, our emeritus, or veteran Mustafa Kabar, veteran Welcome Duncan, veteran Abraham B. Morba Senior, even veteran Kamoka, he will be like the chair elect said, veteran Kemoka Sherman will be of administering the oath of office to all the induction aspect, I mean the installation aspect, and then and they host a lot of other members, and then we have our keynote speaker. In fact, before that, we invited the Race Youth People of Pinsville, and then we have invited the General Commander of Sunfa base, the Liberia National Police, and then the mayor of Pinsville, Mayor Bestman, and the chair of Juba Market, Eric Bashu, eminent citizen, or Adam Moore, or Dominic Nasser of the chief commissioner of the Labrosca Association, or and so forth. So we invite a lot of people. Like I said, we can't stay here and use the list very long, but we know that instead the program will be a very interesting one. It's a history in the making. We invited some of our friends and family that we are posting on our social media pages. Some of our friends are called that they will be there. So we're looking forward, not because of we're not looking forward to the crowd, we're looking forward to the history because it's a unique occasion where we're going to be pledging our order. I mean, we'll be taking the order of office, and from there, that mantle authority will be given to us. Not to use it in the wrong way, but to use it towards a group. But we are stepping on very heavy shoes, and we'll use it to the edification of Fukatona Liberia. So we're inviting our friends, our families to be those that believe in us. We are carrying on individuals, we are carrying on our own advocacy for people that we can make mention of. So those people, they are all express their interest or being a part. Even some of them, because of us, they have decided to even become a member of Fukatona because of this, the level of the work that we have played in their lives. So
Okay, then who will be the guest speaker?
So the keynote speaker will be one of our veterans. He's veteran Julius M. Buaka.
Okay,
Yes, one of the director at the Ministry of Finance Planning and Development. So he's one of our veterans. So you'll be our keynote speaker. Like we told you, Kukaton this year as we mark our 50 years of existence. We want to use uh, our induction as a point of revitalization.
okay. So now, let's look at when do you people carry on some of your activities, because although the list they may name just that one group of people near did not hear, one group of people did not hear. They media, but I don't want that different thing, right? Let's let's come to
You,
let's
you know the fourth estate, the fourth estate is always a component of. In fact, would rally and would depend on the fourth estate to champion and aid and carry all our messages So of course the fourth estate is wholeheartedly invited. We'll be sending special invitation for the Blaze family. Uh I will not say this. Let me just say this. Your CEO is one person who I've come to follow for many years. I remember there was this situation between he and Martin K and Cody. They had some long back to forth argument. So he's one person I admire and I've come to follow him throughout his service to Liberia, even before establishing this place.
Okay, Chief.
Yeah, I only met him once. I met him once at a wedding ceremony. My colleague, Maya Young, was getting married. I was standing in that wedding. It was the time I had a chance to meet him when he came from the States. But all in all, we depend on the media. The media is our strength in carrying our message, in making our voices heard, even in the ordinary masses. So this is where we stand, and without the media we cannot do what we are doing. So I
All
must
right.
thank you first, I mean,
All
for
right. No, leave that
inviting us
thing.
here
Leave that
today.
thing. Leave that thing. So let's look at when do you people carry on your some of your intellectual exercises?
So well, we carry on activities throughout the week,
Okay.
because every day there are issues happening from the community, from the national scene, and sometimes for example, other institutions reach out to us. They want to share their information, and we also provide a platform for them. Other market women want to host their meetings. We provide our institution, our platform for them to host their meetings. So every day we carry on activities. So we do not have a special day that there's no activity. Every day there's some kind of activity, but sometimes we have formal forums. Sometimes we have leisure gathering where we do sports. Sometimes we play games, Ludo, checker, chess, Scrabble. We involve with different intellectual activities. Sometimes we sit in cycle and have some reflection among ourselves. Sometimes we invite other people to give express opinion on specific issues, whether it's a national budget, whether it is security, whether it's healthcare, every other issues that come up on a daily basis. We invite experts, and sometimes we allow the locals to share their own story, a story that inspire others to remain resilient in a time of struggle.
Okay. So now let's try to leave the institution a little bit,
Thank
right?
you.
Because of time. Let's look at July 17th. Quote unquote, enough is enough protest will be held according to the organizers. What is the stance of Kukatono on this particular protest?
So as an institution, we have not made a decision,
Okay.
because normally we sometimes derive position on a specific national issue. But for this one, we have not made no such decision, but we are still observing the process as the clock ticks. So whatever the situation is, if the National Executive Committee decides to support or endorse it, and subsequently we will make that decision. But right now, as an institution, we have made a decision as to whether to support it. But on the overall, Kwadon Liberal believe in the rights of people, especially Article 17. You have a right to assemble, to petition your government, your leaders, and everybody. So only thing why we say in the exercise of your rights, you should know that your rights come with responsibility. So those responsibilities must be ahead, must be followed to the latter. And while the state must also have the responsibility to provide security and protection for its people, we hope that the state will be able to provide the protection needed for those who will be gathering to petition the government. But at this stage, the institution Kugatona have not made no decision.
Okay. So, but do we expect Kukatono to make any decision before the 17th?
Definitely, will come up with position statement whether to support or not. Will come up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the I think it was a French revolutionary who said, his name was Voltaire. He said, "I don't believe a word he said, but I will defend to death your right to say." So whether or not Coca-Cola Council or position statement, the truth of the fact of the matter is that protest is a thing of democracy. And like the chairman elect said, we support Democrat, we support protest once they're in the confines of the laws, right? Once the Liberal National Police, who's supposed to protect all of us, will be there to protect our people to make sure people are in order and do that and move, and there should be freedom of movement, all of that. But we're not come up with a decision, but we also respect people's decision to want to voice all their pain or without grievances that they're feeling. So once we got to know have made such a decision, whether we endeavor into or we come up with a position statement or whether we will be active, it doesn't also negate the fact that members of Kugatono are free to involve in whatever protest in a peaceful manner. So that's the point I want to make.
Okay, let me remain with you some more. Now, let me take Kukatono from the scene. You as an individual, Andrew J. Willard Jr., right? There have been words for words between Stan, Mobamolu, and the police RG. What is your fair analysis and point on between the two parties?
So I think that truth. There's no way you can argue against the truth, right?
Okay.
Or in time past, we have realized we are seeing the police come out with some decisions or making some statement without doing further investigation or without or looking at the integrity of the entire situation. I gave you an example. Most recently, the police never did not do due diligence, and the police came out with a ban on public drilling. Forgetting to know that they are being other schools that are already drilled. Forgetting to know that there are parents who are paid money already involved or supported that case in that process, and they just came up with that decision. So I'm not going to say that what the police is saying is true and what the stand chair is saying is wrong. But what I'm saying is that we need fair, we need truth to come to the light. If still wrote the national police of their protest, the police need to come out and say it so that they can give the people the chance, so they can tell the people whether the people are going to protest or not. And again, you can't stop the people. The people are just ready to do. I think in over the years, protest the information should just be to inform the police that I'm coming on student so day. Not to say please allow me to put it. You're gonna say I'm gonna let me call the police and you have to let me come out of my house.
Okay, so let me go back to the chairman elect. Mr. Chairman elect, this administration, I'm talking about administration, the Joseph Walker led administration, have made, they are going to do their 2 years now. And you being one of those intellectuals in our country, I want you to give me and the Liberian people, your fair analysis of the leadership of this administration.
Thank you. Like Comrade Ware said, we should speak truth, and it's really based on the basis of fact and on the basis of what we have observed and what's on the paper. You know, when this government took over, it took over on the basis of an agenda called the arrest agenda. Even though it took more than a year or nearly a year before they could launch and formally launch that agenda, that document that they will use. But from the inception, we saw we saw a breakdown in the rule of law. For example, on the issue of tenure position, there were those who were serving tenure position, such as the NIR National Identification Registry, now on the spotlight for issuing citizen ID card, the LTA, the Telecommunication Authority, the Maritime, the NAFA, and Central Bank, and other areas. We saw the president took a decision to appoint people, even though other people were still serving that position. So they took flight to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court halted that, but the president did not respect that. So on the agenda, on the rule of law, we saw that the president in this government has really not been able to do well. Especially we saw that further on the issue of impasse at the legislature when the Supreme Court took a decision, the Justice Minister gave it in own opinion, and that opinion was followed by the president. So we saw the average effect of that decision until later they had to go back and pass a resolution to rectify and to acknowledge all that actions they took in the last 7 months. So the issue of rule of law, people challenge the president today. People are still acting. How can you have somebody acting for nearly 2 years at LTA? Central Bank of Liberia, you said the man, you accuse the man of corruption, you took the man to court, the man challenged you, In the end, you pay the man of 300 some more thousand United States dollars, and then you appointed somebody. So the issue of rule of law have been a serious problem in our country, and we see that because of that, everything has broken down. So on the basis of my own analysis, I can tell you this government have not done well.
Okay.
They have not done absolutely well. So everything has been very, very bad, especially the issue of governance. Because I tell you one thing, when nobody is safe, with under this government, we are seeing police beating lawmakers for the first time. We see armed men entering the capital. It reminds of the dark days of 1985, 1980, when Labro, the coup took place, followed by a master sergeant who led a military regime. That's why we are witness on this government.
Okay, let me go to back to the SG elect. Let's look at your opinion as it relates to, yeah, as it relates to the, yeah, just leave it, to the fight against corruption under this administration.
So I'm gonna choose my words carefully.
Okay.
I think the fight is a cosmetic fight. I say this to say that yes, we tell the president we appreciate the president for suspending people, but if people are passing around, we can't. There's no due process given them. The Free local boss. I saw a long post that she made. The suspended local boss on Rosalind Swapopo. She was challenging the government or LACC to carry on investigation. You saw that with the NAFA, the suspended NAFA boss. So yes, the president suspended something not happening, but I think that suspension is cosmetic. Because when a person is suspended, that person should be given a due process. The person should be expedited because because it was quote unquote what the government said they will audit. So yeah, we're all waiting for it. But to just keep suspending and there's no due process and these people people themselves calling out for due process, I think it's cosmetic. I think the government can do more. Once you to suspend a person, you must have some level of fact before you can suspend a person. So if you have that file, use that file or use the investigation, your internal investigation that you made to carry on to give the person a due process in the court of law. Other than that, that person the perception will be, but our country is a vulnerable country, right? People once somebody is suspended, they feel that person is corrupt. So now, how do the people free their name in a court of law if they're suspended just pending and other people they are being replaced while they are not going through the due process? So we are calling on this government that when you suspend somebody, prosecute a person, they will know what happened. Let the people know what happened to that person. If that person should restitute money that they allegedly stole, then let's better say more. If it calls for them to be in prison, if the crime is a felonious crime, they can go to jail. But you can just keep suspending, then that's it.
Okay. Back to the chairman. We will soon go to the phone line. We'll soon go to the phone line. Uh, let's look at the issue of diplomacy. Today, we saw President Buaka. He's in New York, and we saw he's having some conversation with the president of the United States. And since this president took, well, he's been going to some places, meeting some world leaders. And Liberia won the UN security seat, non-permanent seat. All of those international uh, happiness have been ongoing. How do you look at President Joseph Boakai as it relates to diplomacy?
I tell you, this is the weakest president I've ever seen. For a concession company to write the office of the president and challenge him, the Ivanhoe, the HPS,
Okay.
they wrote the president sometime back, 2 months ago, challenging on the agreement they had with the interministerial committee on the concession. That come what made the president must sign it. He must sign it in no time just on a Sunday, on a non-working day, because the president was trying the United States to meet uh, President Trump, a man who I have so much respect for. In fact, I'm the only Liberian, if not other Liberian, that have campaign opening for President Trump in Liberia. I stood in his defense when he was being challenged 2 times for impeachment. The records are there in Liberia. I've stood for President Trump. I hear him, and I respect him. So for for President Bwaka to have accepted to sign an agreement for the user roadway from Guinea all the way to
To
Buchanan,
begin, yeah.
that put the train track. Oh, initially HPS scheme was $5 billion, but today is 1.8 billion. So what happened between there? The government announced that year one they said it was 5 billion. In year two now 1.8. And it was interesting to know that it was the US government who informed the people of Liberia before even the government of Liberia to have even come to a point to inform Liberia. So that is in terms of diplomacy very bad. It's very, very bad.
Now, there are other people who believe that this president, when it comes to diplomacy, it comes to international relations, he's one of the best as it relates to the leaders of our country. And now you're talking about he's weak. Let's go back to the HPS first. You talk about the president, HPS challenged the president, and the president went on to sign it. Don't you think it was necessary for the president to sign this agreement for the Liberian people because it will provide jobs? It will give some revenues to the country. Don't you think it was prudent?
It was not prudent and it was not even expedient
Why?
because he had to sacrifice the country just to go and meet President Donald Trump.
If you say sacrifice, what you mean?
Nobody knows what's in the deal. Have you are the media personnel? Have you read the deal?
But definitely, you know that when it goes to the legislature, that's the time it will reach the public.
They don't need to go to the legislature for reach the public.
When do you expect it to be to the
It
public?
should be published.
Okay.
It should be published. It's an open deal. If the US government can have a deal, why not the Liberian people? Why isn't it a deal for the Liberian people? We want to know. Because initially you announced 5 billion and now we are seeing 1.8 billion. What happened to the 3.2 billion? We are concerned.
So in case probably maybe the company decided to based on the contract, based on what the Liberian government were pushing, maybe the company said, but then we cannot give our
The
our
people
5 billion.
accuse the president of receiving money. I'm telling you, this is the
Who
first
accused
time.
the president?
Ivan Hope,
Where's the proof?
HPS,
Do you
they
have
wrote.
do you have proof to that?
I can,
Why they
I,
accuse
I,
the
I,
president?
can, I can share a copy of the document with you
Yeah,
tomorrow.
share it
Later
with
on,
me.
leave the show. I can
Okay.
share a copy. But they wrote 3 pages letter.
They're accusing the president.
In fact, accusing the president. Insultive letter to the executive mansion. I'm telling you, to have seen the president somersault on that deal, to sign it just on a work on a Sunday, just because you're on your way to the United States, it baffled me a lot.
But
And I see trouble coming.
is it a crime for a president to sign the deal on Sunday? The president, he's the president. He works in the day. You feel that? If the
Sunday-
president want to
Sunday-
work with midnight, say he can work with midnight. There's no crime.
They get official working days.
Is there a law that say you cannot work on Sunday?
Sundays are not working. Not official working day.
Is there a law that say you cannot
Sundays
work
are
on
not.
Sunday?
That's why you see even civil service.
Which part of the law that say
all,
that?
all the civil service law, the other national laws. No, the Sunday is not a working day. That's why you see you don't see flags up. You don't see nothing up. Sunday are not official days. Official working day.
But why do other workplaces open Sunday?
I don't know. I don't know which one government entity I operate on Sunday besides the security sector.
But security sector is not a working area.
Uh, you,
Hospital is not a working area.
it is a working area, but in terms of administrative decisions, governance process, Sunday is a non-working day.
Okay, Sunday is a non-working day. So for those of you just joining us, we love to say welcome to the talking point. My name is Ambassador KONAH Rufus. I'm in conversation with John Dodo. He is the chairman-elect of the KONAH Intellectual Forum, and Andrew J. Wooler Jr. He is the Secretary General elect for the same institution. We've been talking about their in Is that the
Induction ceremony.
inauguration?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, induction ceremony that will be held on the 20th of July 2025. And we'll be discussing other issues about the institution and about Liberia. So let's see if we can go to the phone line to take the course. The course I already started to come to 0779079070887111107. Call us this evening to have your say on the talking point. Let me go on the phone line and take this first caller. Good evening.
Yes,
Good evening.
good evening.
Yeah, what's your name?
Yeah, my name is Jacob, and I join you from Duboro community to be precise.
Okay, Jacob from Duburu community. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador, for the great show, and let me say also to my two brothers in studio. Quickly, let me get to the Secretary General elect. I'm sorry to tell my brother that having such a position and you are not informed, and it beat my imagination. Let me go straight to the police issue. The first thing is just to erect the checkpoint for him. The police never came up with any unilateral decision from banning school from trading, right? As an intellectual person, your facts should be based on research and before you inform the public. It was the Ministry of Education that came up with that from the incident that occurred to this place after 15 gates, where 7 children got damaged in the process. Maybe you don't know that. And when it comes to protest, you don't read the Liberian National Police. You read the Ministry of Justice to grant you the permit. It is the Ministry of Justice that will order the police to provide security for you.
Okay.
And the issue of the deal that my brother Drew just talked about, the SPLYPS deal that he's talking about, the first thing is the country first on the mind of the chief executive. The president decides to work at any time he wishes to work for the Liberian people. We are the one that employ him.
Okay, thank you.
So the factory is not what we go after. So the deal.
Okay, now we have to take other calls. Good evening.
Yeah, KONAH,
Mama, why you be laughing, Pascal?
yeah, but man, the virus enter the phone. Even the conversation has virus. So
Go ahead.
yeah, justice everywhere. So John, let me say thank you so kindly and to your SG. Thanks and appreciate your election at KONAH. We have been an PDA member of KONAH. Remember when Wickham was there, later Rufus Olago, Kaba, and the rest of the guys. So yes, we were happy that you guys got you like that. I'm told one Moses Paulie is also a part of your team. I don't know whether you can confirm that.
Yes, he's our co-chair
All
person.
right, then yeah. So yeah, we're hoping to be a part, even though we're left out. But I mean, it's intellectual wise. So yes, we will be there. Yes. But I want to say again, thanks. I'm at that belief and conviction that you lead the people of Kuka very well. But again, let me just remind you before I leave, please inform the leader. I beg you to.
Well
Yeah.
noted.
Yeah. So after the show, I hope we can talk. But KONAH,
Yeah.
the protest is a must, whether we get permit or not. The Justice Minister does not have to inform the police to provide protection for citizens. I mean, it is the mandate of the police to provide security for the citizens of the country. And somebody talk about the president is our president, so you can work on Sunday. No, Sunday is a holiday, right? So that's why when the holiday falls on Sunday, it is pushed to Monday. The
Okay.
reason why it's pushed to Monday because holiday, no, Liberia is not on an emergency. Why is the president going to sign a deal worth 1.8 billion on a Sunday when the country is not on an emergency?
All right.
This happens.
Okay, thank you.
But again, the
Thank you, my
virus,
man. Thank you. Beware when you be talking all day. Good evening. Oh, I lost that caller there. 07790790788711107. Call us this evening to have your say on the talking point. Let me go to the phone line. Take this caller. Good evening.
Really?
Yeah, good evening.
And Joseph Lord calling from years ago.
You say what's the name again?
Joseph Lord calling
Okay.
from years ago.
Yeah, Joe, go ahead.
Okay. Joseph
I want to approach the institute. I think they stand aside and they know that they can lead. So I appreciate them.
They stay working on fire.
Huh?
You say working on fire. They stood.
I say they sue for the truth, and
Okay.
they can see the truth. Yeah.
Okay.
So I believe that they can lead.
All
So
right.
when they come to take over, the leadership will be fine. So thank you, Chairman. You do well in studio there, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for having your say on the talking point tonight. 077907887 Call us this evening to have your say on the talking point tonight on Blaze 98.7 FM. You know, God. Let me see if I can go to the full line, take this caller. Someone send me some text. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes,
What's your name?
James O.S. Bobo calling from your area.
Okay, go ahead, James.
Yeah, I just want to make a correction on the issue of that guy that said the president can work anytime. The president can work on a Sunday when there's a state of emergency. To be comparing the health workers without the security sector. Security sector that's also close because even when there's a crime, who will go to the health workers. But you can't get officers close that the president work on Sunday.
Is there a law that says that?
Yeah, my brother, Sunday, there's no government institution run.
Is there a law that says that?
There's no law.
Okay.
Then
All right.
it will be so how much. Then where's the
Oh, I think you dropped the line. Oh, they don't start caller. I don't like to take private. You call me on private, I will not answer you. Trust me. I can't answer any private call yet. So 077790797. Those of you calling on private, trust me, I will not answer you. So let me take this caller. Good evening.
Yeah,
Good evening.
good evening, Ambassador.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk about one.
What's your name?
I need Bill Ruben Congo.
Yeah, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, I want to ask whether for the people are doing what kind of way for corruption or what.
You say what? You say what's your question?
I'm asking whether they are advocating corruption, the first corruption or what.
Okay, they will answer you. They are taking your point. They will answer you. Just keep listening to the radio.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I will still come back because I want to know whether they are advocating that go around fighting corruption, stuff like that.
Okay. All right, let me take the next caller. Good evening.
Yeah.
My man, walk away from your monitor, please.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
What's
Good
your name?
evening.
Yeah, what's your name?
I'm J. Okafor Brown, joining from Dupo Road Junction.
Yeah, go ahead.
Exclusively, let me tell my two brothers in studio, especially the chairman elect, Mr. John Tolo. Thank you very much because of your qualification and your leadership ability. That's why I brought you on the web battle, my brother. You have no competitor. I am looking forward for your inauguration. And by the grace of God, I'm going to be there live, my brother, with my little pieces of contribution towards the inauguration. Thank you very much, my brother John Dodo.
Okay, thanks for having your say on the program tonight. 077790797. Let me go on the Lone Star line. Take this Lone Star caller. Good evening.
Yeah, how are you, brother?
Yeah, go money man. What's your name?
This is brother Tim Gune. I'm calling from Rakocho.
Go ahead from Rakocho.
Okay. Take what our brother says. In them government, you see, it's not just supposed to stand. Even the president, emergency high emergency before the stand on Sunday.
Yeah.
Today, whatsoever happening in the country, it will affect the young generation that coming. Politically, let's be fair. Tomorrow, we're looking at what will happen to the next generation. Whatsoever that happen in the country, let us live it by it and go through. But whatso happen in the government now, enough fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for having your say. Let me go on the orange line. Take this caller. Good evening. Good evening on the orange line.
Yes. Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, God money me. What's the name?
Okay. It's James Tomo, right from LBS community.
Yeah, go ahead, James.
Okay, so let me say thanks to you. I really admire how you frame your questions and the answer from the guest too. I mean, everything is on course. And also their thought is something too that I admire. Yes. Their work that they are doing, Kukatono. Although they invited the public in general, especially people from the Queensway area, and my organization, I think I will have to quickly inform people so that we can be there to be represented. That is a National Reform Union. It's also an upcoming advocacy group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. So maybe if they leave that number, we can get to them too, so that we can
Okay.
see what we can do together.
Yeah, I sure they will call the number. Check it file.
All right.
All right, James. The next caller, good evening.
Yeah, KONAH, good evening.
Yeah.
I'm calling from Johnsonville, Sardine, money.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, let me just appreciate the studio guest. I really listened to them tonight. They are mad at they very list, they are very fighting for the country to be correct. You add in the question of the rule of law, decide to come in. The rule of law is not standing. The rule of law is upside down now. Somebody thinks the public was the public working for Liberian people. How you go work on Sunday? I think the lawmakers will prepare the document before President Williams signed, or how they call it, President Baga signed.
No, it does not work that way.
How you gonna work?
Now, yeah, when the president go into negotiation with anyone, he goes into an agreement. He takes like that agreement to the legislature, and that's the agreement he just signed.
So supposing the lawmaker deny it,
then that's it. Then it's not banning the country.
Banning the country.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your show. I'll thank you for the young garden. Yeah, continue. You should not bend. And you are taking a position. You should not bend. That is to be the truth. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thanks, my brother. Thanks for having your say. Good evening. Okay. There should be Joseph Tama. I lost him there. 0779079070887111107. Let me go back on the phone and take this one. Good evening.
Ambassador, good evening.
Yeah. What's that, Chief?
Thank you so much. This is the voice of Joseph Tamba.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm from our district number 6 resident. Let me say good evening and weekend greeting to
May week.
Greetings to the two gentlemen in studio. First, let me begin by appreciating you, Ambassador, for the kind gesture allowing these two young gentlemen to come and speak, most especially about our organization and critical national issues. But my disappointment comes in when they are questioning the capability of this president. Let me begin by saying bravo to His Excellency Joseph Nimwabwaka for full representation of our people. Whenever the president goes somewhere and there is applause for that president, meaning we as citizens have to always be happy because that's a true representation. My disappointment comes in when the two young gentlemen in studio who comes from a wide range of intellectual platform will come on this wireless platform to mislead the people of the Republic of Liberia. As an intellectual, you have to do in-depth research.
How did they mislead the people?
Fine. But telling the Liberian people that the president is wrong to sound D on Sunday when there is no law that prohibits the president of the Republic of Liberia to do that. When there is no law that prohibits the president
Okay.
to take certain action, meaning he's not in the wrong.
Okay.
Ask them that they quote any part of the constitution or any organic law that states that the president is wrong to sign a deal on Sunday.
All right, Jose.
No,
We have to
no,
let you
Brother
go.
Konah, one more, please.
1 second. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, 1 second.
Good, thank you for the privilege. Another concern has to do with the security, most especially the incoming protest. I don't think Greco Common as police inspector is wrong by asking the head of the organized protest, the protest that is dead upon arrival in this country,
All
to
right.
give a written communication.
Okay.
What is it that you cannot write to submit to the police?
Okay.
If you think you meant for peace, if you think you meant for the interest of the Liberian people.
All right, Joseph, we got to let you go. Trust me, we got to let you go. Good evening. On the
Hello,
Luster line.
Ambassador.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, sir. This is Pastor Tanu.
Yeah, Pastor Tanu.
There's some people saying the president is right to work on Sunday. But then we come out, we say Liberia is a major country. And on Sunday is the day we go to church and watch the law.
You say Liberia is a country?
Okay, let's just say Liberia was founded on a Christian principle.
Good.
Let me put it that way.
Okay.
Then, okay. And because of this, all of us in Liberia, if you ask me today, I would say a Christian, or I mean, something else I will tell you.
Not everyone Christian.
So if our president went on Sunday, and when all public offices are closed, you know, when something is wrong, let us just say it's not right. But we can't say wrong to be right.
Why make it wrong?
You know, it is wrong because all public offices are closed on Sunday.
Is there a law that prohibits it?
During the state of emergency, then the president was supposed. Then you ask the president in closed door
Pastor?
to sign a document.
Pastor?
What's that? Yeah.
Can I ask you?
Go ahead.
Are you aware that Liberia is governed by law?
Liberia is governed by law.
Okay. Is there any law that says the president cannot work on Sunday? Is there any law?
Governed by law. I agree. Then why do you think, if you want to say that the Constitution did not say why shouldn't be done on Sunday, then why is it offices are closed on Sunday? Then no law say it. Then we shouldn't. Then there's been no time to rest. We work through up.
All right. All right.
And that's what we should do.
Okay, thank you. We have to let you go. Let me take the next caller. You make your point. Good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
My name is Gerald Odati Parker. I join you from Benton City.
From Benton City, go ahead.
Okay. I just want to correct that guy that said that the incident occurred in 15 game law. It was around the King Farm Bell.
What kind of incident?
Car accident with those students attend the train.
I mean, that mean, yeah. But that's not our talking point, yeah.
Yeah, quick to the president. When it comes to the training position, those are people that were appointed on you to the president. If you look at it,
you say they were appointed on you to the president?
On you. These are names that the hurricane around the president was just giving me. They were just telling their own people, the president.
The president so much.
No, so you get your kingsman, and so later when the president know that the person know he get interested in the person, get me so he's gonna completely disgracing you. You get there, you go sit down small, then the different person that I was going on.
All right.
In that training position.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thanks for having us say. Let me see if I can take one or two calls. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, at least I get female. What's the name?
My name is
Yeah.
I'm tired of listening, but tonight I want to say something.
Yeah, go ahead, Mama.
People speaking that Sunday people that away. That's why the president was. Anyway, say you went on Sunday, that's why you forget all the things.
In
Because he's
fact,
a diva and the president. That's why he went before Donald Trump. And the whole country, they say, Magan solve the
he said,
so
"Magasa
then
for your country."
he's speaking good English. You guys, your country, you don't do anything. Somebody Magan solve the and tell you the price, what you want to do. This is why he say yes. You can speak good English. I know you go to go school in Liberia. So
Uh,
why the Liberian people are checking?
I
The
remember.
day you go to pray God, okay, in cool wisdom, he say you're not doing it, you're doing different things.
Okay.
These are the different things we are seeing.
All
Thank
right.
you for the
Okay. Thank you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, brother.
Yeah. What's the name?
This is brother. Same women are calling for our culture.
Okay.
Yeah, Jalucha.
Go ahead from Rakacha.
Thank you. So, defending the government will not be able to help us in the process.
Hmm.
Even a other color. Let me just say something to you. Clinical document is not just will be something that the president just will sit there and just stand there on Sunday.
Now, which day is supposed to sign it?
Huh?
Which day is supposed to sign it?
Thank you. It must be a good working day. Even later document when he rush to go to other places, you should lay it down and see it on Monday. Then not to just look there and say the Sunday document on Sunday. You know what we'll get into it?
Hmm.
You know what we'll
So
get into?
when it's not document on Sunday, what can happen?
So my brother, he Sunday is on Monday, sometimes he look at it, say, there's a man that people are taking document to, he said that one, I not be part of it. Lay it down.
Okay.
They one was too critical.
Okay.
You go get there and just sign it.
You were too critical, so into Sunday, Sunday. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for having us. Say, let me take the last caller. Yeah, you are the last caller. After this one, I'll not take any more calls. Trust me. Good evening.
Hello,
Yeah. Good evening.
my name is Melvin. I'm calling from OP.
Melvin from Ovi. Where you get that Ovi?
Mama Stan.
Oh, Mama Stan. Okay. Go ahead. 1 minute.
My brother, need to go to tell you tonight. You can be the man. The baby working. The people are working with the man. And I don't get the man out there, the man just yesterday born. Now get one out there, and then the people are working with him. So you want to get a problem with the baby, every two or you go operate there, you go operate there. It's not good at that. So we are not working. So we are the former president. And man, not doing any other thing, all of. But if I be working,
All
you
right.
want to complain.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank
Thank
you.
you for the show, brother.
Okay, thanks for having us. Say, trust
Yeah.
me, folks, we are not taking any more calls because if a man call, then we'll say now right now 1 hour. Everybody wants to call. So let me say many thanks to every one of you who called. Let me go back to my studio guests so they'll respond to the callers. You guys, yeah, probably can respond to the callers. Someone talk about your number, yeah, everything.
So that was Bill Rubin.
Yeah.
Not Bill Rubin, sorry, it was James Thomas Wright from LBS, National Reform Union. So James, our contact numbers are 0777 137107. Again, 0777 137107. Yeah, don't sign up.
0886 942286. Again, it's 0886 942286.
So let me go down to the issue.
Yeah.
So on the issue of whether our advocacy is not only limited to corruption, every other thing, it could be environmental issues affecting the society, like Bill Rubin asked us. So we are cut across. We are not narrowed down to a specific issue, but our only issue is our people voices will be heard, and will provide a place where we elevate their voices. And on the second thought, all those who call want to say thank you. We appreciate you, and we'll continue to stand up to do what is right, regardless of where we find ourselves, regardless of the governance issue. But on a more serious note, for somebody to say it was not a police director who issued a statement, the press statement was read in the office of the police director. So he sent a press statement on the issue of or the ban on schools. Look, we need to be honest in the country. There's no policy that can take effect toward the end of the academic year. You are running a school, the school run for 10 months. You read now money, you pass law, and say those school must drill properly. Well, only 1 month left for school to close. Where in the world you can have a knee jerk policy? The same thing they did with the motorcycle cyclists. You told the people to register, to buy the lesson plate, to buy the driver, to pay for the driver lesson, insure the motorboy, and then buy helmets to be able to run to Central Town. The people bought all the things, pay all the money. You raise $130 million Liberian dollars just in 2024. As soon as you raise the money, you ban the motorbike from running in town. So you cannot continue to use that kind of situation. People pay money for the services, time for them to benefit the services, you stop them. So on the issue of the fight against corruption, I will be honest with you, the president has done little or nothing. The last time he announced that he suspended more than 400 plus people. The LSC cannot tell us what other people are declared their assets. And those people are still working, people are still taking salary.
Okay. So let me go to the SG. Yeah. So the SG, let's just do everything with your party comment.
Okay, again, I want to use my parting comment and say thanks for the opportunity. We appreciate it so much. So that was Jacob Duporo who said that it was Ministry of Education who announced, but I'm not here to argue of my intellectual prowess. People that know us know the way we stand for. Our power, our pen power is very strong. Similar with our mind power. So it was a police director who made a hasty pronouncement, and we know the political undertone for which that announcement was made. And we spoke against it. Today, schools are still drilling. So that's to tell you that we understood that it was not a decision that was taken in the injury. Yeah, we acknowledge the fact that people die. People will always die, right? But when policies are made, it should be made so that it can be understandable. People can adjust. That's what we are saying. We're not saying that police can or education or police can come on and make an adjustment. So Jacob, and that when you are fundamentally flawed, I'm so sorry that you can come and even bring on information. You didn't know where the accident even took place. I'm so sorry, bro. Oh, so Jerry Parker said it was right to dismiss steady position. Jerry, we all spoke against things that were wrong yesterday, and when it's wrong today, we stand against it. There are some of the colors who also said that we should not speak we against the leadership. I mean the president. No. Kuka Tono or individuals that are in here, we are not against the leadership of this government. We want to see the right things happening. And because we want to see the right things happening, that's why we all air our voices.
Okay.
So like I made a quote. I'm going to leave this quote as what Voltaire said. He said, "I don't believe a word you said, but I can defend to death your right to say." So that's Kuka Tono motto: "We defend to death people's right to speak out." Thank you.
Okay. So let me go back to the chairman elect for his parting comment in 30 seconds because we have a time already.
So thank you very much again. We want to say we appreciate you for welcoming us here today, to the public and all those who we have invited. We look forward to welcoming you at our headquarters on Sunday, 3 p.m. is our induction ceremony. Come and let us all stand on the threshold as we march into history. Again, our country we remain resolute in terms of standing for the truth and speaking out wherever there are issues. So we are not entirely against the government, and we want the government to do well. Because the government succeed, we ourselves will succeed. But on the other hand, and there are wrong issues, we must be able to speak it out so that people will not going to be affected. So by and large, we appreciate you and look forward to welcoming all of you. You know, Omar may keep laughing. And to be honest, if you can work on Sunday, why the president can go to work on Sunday? Who come and say why should somebody argue that there's no law? Have you ever seen the president drove to the executive mansion on Sunday and sat down in the office and work from in the morning to 4 o'clock? That is the question you need to think about.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
The next time we come back, we'll talk about that one. Okay, so folks, that's how we got to go home onto this edition of the Talking Point. It has been a very nice discussion, yeah. With the team from the Kukatono Intellectual Forum. Until tomorrow, have yourself a wonderful night. I'm going to be back on the Talking Point tomorrow at 9 p.m. Bye-bye from my end.
us to feel stupid.